Word up, mic check, 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 check. Justin Hunt, It's All Happening special guest of the day. Special guest of the day. One of the most serious, vicious MCs in hip hop history. Creator of the classic project Soul on Ice, still celebrated and revered to this day. So much it's on my wall in the background.
I knew where it was. I just, acting.
He's got 2 new projects on the way, and for me, I appreciate him most because right now he's one of very few artists who's willing to have real, serious conversations within his music. One of the greatest rappers of all time, Ras Kass, is with us today. 9-second applause.
Wow. That was a long amount of applause. Thank you.
Yeah, man. You deserve it.
Justin, what's good, man?
Man, we're doing good, man. Doing good. I was telling Zoe here. Zoe's, as you guys know, Zoe produces all of our conversations here. And I was like, Ras Kass is one of the handful of people in this space who I consider like a real friend.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
We really hang out. We really kick it. We really talk all the time for years, man. So
yes.
I'm really happy that you're here. Thank you for coming by.
Congratulations, just watching the growth of the platform.
Oh man, I appreciate
Company man is doing his stuff.
It's all happening, man. Word up. So we got so you have 2 projects on the way. You have an EP.
Yeah,
called the
Free P.
Free P.
Yeah, it's a free EP.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's called FAFO.
FAFO. Fuck around, find out.
Fuck around, find out.
Yeah.
And then you have the project after that is called
Leopard Eats Face.
Leopard Eats Face. Now these are 2 very viral terms right now.
Exactly.
Do you watch FAFO content on YouTube?
Yeah, it pops up.
I watch that stuff all the time.
Yeah. We live in a time where a lot of people got exactly what they wanted. Now they realize they don't want it. They fucked around, they found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taking on a whole new life.
I told you so. That would have been the only other title I would have told you. Like Soul on Ice, I was right.
Right. 1 second
Same
applause.
difference.
That's the truth, man. Yeah. That's the truth. So, that's another thing that stood out to me when I was listening to these 2 projects, actually. I was like, man, he's been right for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. Honestly, I would have preferred not to be right, but I was right.
Right. So on FAFO, right, it's a 5-track EP. It's strong all the way through, in my opinion, but there's a song that, before we get to some of the other topics I want to bring up, particularly on that FAFO point, there is a crazy cipher cut in here with Bishop Lamont, Daylight,
Mo Prem
Shakur, Fanica.
No, Fanica. So you might even have the older. No, they just mislabeled it. Okay. That's Monstro. Strong one. Yeah. So
gotcha.
So in order would be Mo Prem Shakur, me, Mad Lion, Daylight, Bishop Lamont, Monstro.
Word up, man.
So 6 MCs based on a real group of lions in South Africa, the Mapungo Lions. So that's why it's 6 of us.
What's the deal with the Mapungo Lions?
So the Mapungo Lions, in general, and this just happens in nature a lot, period. But when there's a dominant male, he'll challenge, right? So he challenges, a new dude comes in, the next, he challenges. If he wins, he kills all the cubs, which forces the women to go into estrus so he can procreate and his genes become dominant. And that happens in like pretty much the whole animal kingdom. So it's not even like a mammal thing, whatever. It's just like, I'm killing them so I don't want his genetics. It's kind of what racism is, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kill them, I'm gonna breed you, and then I'll control that. So the Mapungo Lions were these brothers that essentially escaped getting mauled and murdered. And normally they'll just become solo hunters or whatever until they can challenge. But they decided to just band together and they ended up murking out the majority of all the lines. They went and avenged their daddy. They went and then they started murking everybody. And they were these 6 brothers that went and changed the dynamics of the kingdom. They acted abnormally under very harsh circumstances and found a new way to survive and thrive. So that's why it's called the Mapungo Lions.
I mean, that concept itself is, I don't know,
Sick.
it's a crazy concept.
Yes.
Crazy concept. Because lyrically, that's what's happening on this track.
Yeah.
You know, it's an amalgamation of a handful of super lyricists.
Yeah, and just and banding together like we eat all y'all. Y'all try to get rid of us, we gonna get rid of y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, that song is crazy. I love that track so
Thank
much. Latency is another joint that's on here. Now, are you moving this over to the Leopards Beat in My Face?
Yeah. Absol, C. Arson in the building. We got to give that Carson love out. Absol hit me a couple of days ago and was just like, send this song again. I'm getting it done. So he got it done. We were like, you know what, let's shift Latency over. So we took Latency and put it on Leopard. And we took a really dope record produced by my man SC, who's done a lot of work with everybody. But anyway, that song is called Nasty Work, and it's me and Spit Gems. So we shifted one record for another one.
Word up.
Yeah.
And when's this project dropping?
So FAFO, we're gonna right now working out some of the technical side of it, but honestly, within the next 14 to 30 days,
Okay.
that rollout is happening. Period.
Word up, man.
Yeah, we have content. We shot, FAFO. We shot a video for that one. I really want to shoot one from a Pongo, but so many moving parts, so those are a little harder. But it's never too late. So that's the cool thing about nowadays is, if we get that visual done, whatever, it doesn't matter if Leopard's out. We'll still let it live and give it that visual because that's part of my. That's my bucket list. I got Mad Lion on the record. I got Mopreme. I got, Daylight, Watts Up. You know what I'm saying? I got the homies, Bishop, C. Arson, like, it's family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, what I see today, I saw De La Soul just put out a video for Rock Cocaine Flow, animated video.
Yes.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
And it's new to how many billion people on this planet? 7 or something? 7 or 8? Mm-hmm. Somebody ain't seen it or heard it yet. Give it some more life.
And in the TikTok era, you never know what's going to pick up.
Yeah. So we're going to just keep letting them live. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. There's another song on here, Who the Victim?
Who the Victim?
Now, the intro, the first line on this is so crazy. So crazy. America's founding fathers,
the original deadbeat daddies.
All of them half-breed babies you made right next to your own family. That's weighty, man.
It's true. And when I say when you got that itch, jumped in that little girl's panties, your own daughter, incest. How could you treat another human so badly?
Yeah.
And then I say, in white women, you let him do it. You saw that little half-breed baby, you knew it. You let him do it.
What'd you say? You said, suffering for women's rights, but only if she white. Fuck politically correct.
I'm sick of being polite. We always walking on eggshells to make our oppressors feel comfortable. Like everything's wonderful when we the most vulnerable. We know this stuff, though. We lived in a country that has expressed freedom and denied it for so long. And nobody wants to talk about it. It's like we're all like lying to ourselves. White women lie. They lie to themselves and then blame other people. And they beat on those children while the dad crept in and fucked his daughter. There was documentation of the suffrage, women's suffrage, where black women fought and got their ass whipped on. And then white women said, So I'm not the bad guy for telling the truth. We're collectively bad people for not admitting what the fuck is going on. And now it's really happened again. And they voted for this asshole. And now we've gotten what we wanted. And I didn't want Leopard to be as politically charged. I kind of wanted to talk more about the culture and hip hop. And FAFO was my ability to come on, let's this shit's happening in real time.
Why the reluctance to be politically charged?
You said why?
Yeah. Because I think that kind of speaks to how we all kind of lie to ourselves. I personally feel like we're in this era right now where there is a prevailing feeling that as soon as you start getting political,
you get shut down. Come on, man. The best don't win. The malleable win. Because we live in a society that will give power and support to what it feels comfortable hearing. if I'm cutting all the checks and you say things that I don't like, don't you think I'm going to not cut the check to you? So that's what we've lived in. People that play the game get the success and reap the benefits. And then they say, look, if you just do the same thing so-and-so did, then you can eat too. It's, you know, it's that with a side of feed them cake, Marie Antoinette. So be in the circus. Come watch the circus. Meanwhile, you're starving. Watch the gladiators. Watch whatever. You know, watch the show and forget all your pain for the next couple of hours while we fleece you. So that's the country we lived in, the world we live in, that doesn't acknowledge, you know, that America goes in and turns over tables in countries and steals the resources and then opens a McDonald's and tells those people they're second-class citizens in their own home. We live in a country that said that they believe in democracy, goes and pimps the Philippines out, pimps out Puerto Ricans, won't give people in D.C. the option to vote. It's a lie. And we've been sitting here trying to adjust our brains to the lie just to be okay to fit in. And it's stupid.
Because white supremacy is a backward ideology. To rationalize it, you got to be fucked up psychologically. That's a murderer blaming the dead body, no apology.
It's true. I mean, I don't even know how to expand on that.
Well, I think, you know, first thing I thought about now is, you know, when you're talking about how we all seem to accept these things or we're willing to lead into this lie or, you know, certain communities like
to survive,
or we have to bend to our oppressors. And it comes back to who's the real victim, right?
Yeah, of course.
Who's the victim, right? But here's the thing that really jumps out to me too is I think this might be the first time in my lifetime where I've seen a federal and state level removal of books from schools. Like, you know, in Florida, all over the South, they have taken all kinds of books out. They've said if you have certain types of conversations, that is DEI, that's illegal.
They've removed like Jackie Robinson's service, and it's a digital world. But this is book burning. You know what I mean? This is what people warned about. You know, like, oh, it starts like this, and then it ends that way. You know what I mean? Like we ignored the signs, and now the call's coming from the inside the house.
Yeah, that's one of your lines too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's funny, you know, looking at, let's take Twitter, for example.
Yeah.
They have Grok as Twitter's AI.
Right.
And one, I do actually enjoy watching people say, Grok, put this tweet in context. You know, sometimes it's helpful. But Elon came out and said that he took Grok down because he wanted to change the algorithm because it was giving answers
that he didn't like.
He didn't like.
Right. Well, that's the same thing about the algorithm. It's like, you know, power creates these constructs, and then we start making them like fundamental laws of nature. You know, the algorithm. I'm like, the algorithm is somebody's idea. Twitter's algorithm was different once Elon Musk bought it, and he changed it, and then it went. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't like H2O creates water. It's just some asshole's opinion.
Right.
And what data he puts in, and then if it reaches a different conclusion, he'll get mad at it and change it. It's not a level playing field, is what I'm saying. They keep changing the rules. We built societies and cities that they undammed water and flooded and burned and act like it never happened. We're not playing with people that are playing fair and trying to rationalize a society that is a complete lie is going to drive you crazy.
There's a line here on Limb from Limb where you say, guillotine elites from the white meat to the neck bone.
That part.
Who are the elites?
Well, some of these coons with a lot of money, they can go to. and honestly, I think anybody with over $50 million should get their head chopped off. You don't need that much. If you can look around and look at all this suffering and pain and not feel like, I've got enough now, let me go help, then you should go. You're not good for society.
there's a lot of conversations around people. I won't say a lot of conversations, but right now they're marginalized. You know, they're definitely the not even the left, but more so the progressive
Right.
audience is saying billionaires shouldn't be legal.
It shouldn't be a thing.
Shouldn't be a thing.
Nah. It's just, again, it's emblematic and symptomatic of a society built on worship of greed at the exploitation of the many. It's not a place to live in.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but an hour before you got here, the House passed the bill.
Well, get what you pay for. That's what they wanted. They didn't know it. Some people's ignorance is like, oh, the blacks or the browns did it. Those people up there don't give a fuck. It's always been divide and conquer. And then the whole, think about this. This is the same shit the Klan said. We need to protect our women. You're the one beating on Sally, bro. I've said, I had this argument many a time. I'm like, who's making meth in Pennsylvania or something? You know what I mean? Like you are. Billy's making the meth. He's the one, and big pharmaceutical companies that get away with everything, and they have to pay $20 million after they made $200 billion off of paying doctors to give bad prescriptions that they knew were addictive. There's no accountability. You watched your president get 37 felonies and never do nothing, never serve nothing. We don't live in a fair fucking country. It's been a lie. And so when people suffer, including myself, I'm trying to get out of here. But some people that ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. There's some people that's gonna get kicked off and not have Medicare, and they'll die, and they know that, and they are okay with that. And these are the people that because they use their ignorance or their hatred, their fear, or their need to, suck it to the Democrats or whatever the fuck. They're corporatists too. I don't like either one of them. It's just that I had always said one's worse than the other. And now you found out one's worse than the other. I forgot who had given me that analogy. They was like, oh, you know the difference between like a centrist and the right-leaning person is they're both gonna run you over with the car. It's just that the right-leaning guy might back up over you. He might shield United and then say, fuck you. So which one do you want? I'm gonna get hit by the car and they might keep going like, sorry. The other guy just wants to make sure it's over with. And now they're gonna make it over with. Mm. The damage that is done, the damage that is done now in the 8 years since it got cool to say how you feel. You know what I mean? Like we kind of had shamed sexism and shamed racism. We never shamed, being a robber baron. We never shamed them. We kept saying, well, that's the best of us. They're so smart. But now that we let the cat out the bag and it's okay to let your hate flow free, the damage that's done would take another 100 years to fix. It's easy. I could build this building and it'll take us, 3 months, or I could just blow it up in one day. It takes 10 minutes to blow this motherfucker up. It's easier to destroy than build. To rebuild this will take generations. And some people will never come back. You go put somebody, you take a child that got cancer or whatever, or you take some dude because he's gay and go put him in a work camp. Basically, you're doing slavery. That's some extermination shit. Whatever happens to that person, you can't fix that for him. And some of those babies they lost last time that never will find their parents again. You have done unfixable, irreparable damage. Some of this you'll never be able to fix.
That's the mission.
That's the point. The cruelty is the point. The hatred is the point. The evil is the point. And if you can rationalize that at this point, then you know who you are. You're an evil, fucked up person.
I was taught to love thy neighbor, but I'm surrounded by all y'all haters.
Facts.
Facts.
It is what it is. And, and that one leads even more specifically about certain people in my business that I did stuff with. I'm not gonna mince my words about this shit. I have nothing else to lose. I lost my career. I had to fight to get dropped by Capitol Records for 10 plus years. My youth, you know what I mean? My opportunities. I'm still alive. I'm mostly of, sound mind and body. So what the fuck? Fuck this shit. Like, fuck it. Tell the truth. Shit. I'm still, I'm not looking to be on the BET Awards chucking and jiving with whoever else. That ain't, or the Oscars or the Grammys. I love what I do. I love this culture. The culture didn't do nothing wrong to me. These people did.
I want to come back to that topic particularly, but before we do, there's been a lot of conversations around the deportations or the abductions, in my opinion.
Abductions, that's exactly.
They're abducting people.
Yes.
Literally, right? Now, whether we're cool with abduction is a different conversation, but they're grabbing people children out of schools,
man.
People out of courts.
Like hunting people. Yeah, that's not process. That is, I don't use these terms lightly, but, you get in Gestapo techniques, and that's sad, and look how fast. Because if you're okay with a little bit, if I can get away with this, what's going to stop me from trying a little bit more? And then if I can get away with that little bit more. So we're moving very fast into, he's already said, like, it's some people. First it was, I believe it was undocumented, whatever. Then it was the Supreme Court just passed whatever it was about,
the judges can't stop it.
Well, the judges can't stop it. And then it was, even if you're born here. And then he's just shifted into people that were born here for a long time. They should go too.
Right.
So now it's just, that the window won't stop. One day he's going to say, once they get rid of enough of the brown or some Haitians, then he's going to be like, well, we don't want the here anyway.
Right.
And then they'll get rid of the niggas, or they'll be like, slavery's back on, and they'll pass it. And slavery is legal in California. Y'all didn't know that? If you go to prison, you stop being a citizen, and California, it was on a bill, and they voted against it. We have failed each other, and now this door is now open, and it's gonna get way worse before it gets better, and probably. You keep pulling, if you could segment people. If I don't want to fight with you and your homeboys, but if I can catch your homeboy over here, then I can catch you while you sleep, and then catch her then I can get all of y'all. You understand what I'm saying? This is divide and conquer. And they are terrorizing, people that did it, some people are undocumented. Some people had documentation. You just revoked it. Like, fuck y'all. It's crazy. It's wrong, it's evil, but we've shown the world who we really are. We have. Have no moral upper hand. There's nothing America could say with what it's done and helping protect white supremacy around the world. Palestine too. I'm not gonna mince my words.
First thing that comes to mind when I think of FAFO is, again, like I started this conversation with the FAFO content that I watch. One side note, I think it's really interesting that the number of different YouTubers and creators in Africa that have found a very popular niche by posting and aggregating FAFO content. Oh, yeah. I watch them. I watch Eugene. I watch the Kenyan twins. Mm-hmm. I watch Abby.
Two girls, right?
Yeah, the two girls. Yeah. I watch Abby from Africa. I watch Sin. I watch all of them. They do a good job of aggregating, in my opinion. But a big part of these conversations has been, why aren't black people out marching with Mexicans or Latinos?
I think they have. I think a part of, and I'm not here to speak. I've been out myself, right? But I think there is I don't want to speak for all the black people, because I'm not all the black people. I'm just me. I do get a sense of the disappointment we had with people that still voted for this shit. You know what I'm saying? That white women did it, and some, Cubans for Trump. And so, look, the black rappers that did it, you know what I'm saying? They had to pay a price. They're still paying that price. You know what I'm saying? If you were on that, there's a price to be paid. You have a right to do it for whatever reason that you were motivated to do it. That's between you and, whatever your angle was. There's also a price to pay for doing the thing when we respond either unhappily with it. I think I get the sense that a lot of people are just like, especially black women, they've been on the forefront of rights even before women's suffrage. They've kind of had to bear the brunt. And when you have everybody just say, fuck it, because I'm racist, or I'm not in line as much as you are, because shit runs downhill. So it goes like white man, white woman, Asian man, Asian woman, Latino man, Latino woman, then black woman. So everybody's just like, at least I'm gray. I just call everybody the grays, including white women. Because white man is at the top of this. Go look on your dollar and you'll figure out who runs this motherfucking show. Period. And then everybody else understands their role as second-class citizens. And then we understand what our role is as, at least I'm not a nigga. Mexicans have said that. People say it under their breath afterwards. The homie used to say, everybody want to be a nigga because you like our dances and the jazz and the style and the slang. But nobody want to be no nigga because it hurt. It's too painful. So everybody under their breath has taken this oath subconsciously, like, okay, I'm going to play along because at least I'm not targeted as much as so-and-so. And that's everybody's relief. Like, phew. And now the chickens have come home to roost. And a lot of, my opinion would be that a lot of black people are just tired. Like, fuck, bro. We fucking fought and we told you this. And now that it ain't playing out well, my heart goes out to you, but did you give a fuck? I said this in prison, bro. I would be in prison almost my life on the line. There's people that'll tell you this. I sat in prison and told some people I knew, some friends of mine as Southsiders, and I said, why would you be with them? You're with skinheads. You're with skinheads, brother. Oh, it's politics, Holmes. No, it's not. You're Mexican and I'm black, you my brother, and you hanging out with somebody that after they kill me would kill your mother. Why? Oh, it's politics. That's bullshit. It's cowardice. You allying with our enemy, bro. And now it just didn't work out for y'all. Niggas get brokenhearted. We sadder too. You think I want to see somebody's kids ripped away? You think I want to see a Cuban, anybody, I'm a human. But if your shit is me first and fuck everybody else, then that's what you getting. This is what we got what we asked for. Mm. That's my opinion. Fuck around, find out that leopards eat face.
My thoughts on it. Now, as much as I have been enjoying these FAFO videos and content and commentary, I do understand the broader play, right? And it never stops with one community. I mean,
of course.
That's just what it is. And no community is shielded. And I think no community knows better than our community about that fact. One thing that I also think I understand with people who decide not to go out and march again is because when we go out and march, it becomes a whole different thing.
Right.
It becomes, we get targeted a different way.
Shot.
The messaging around the marches changes.
Right.
It's not even a march, it's not even a protest. Everything is
It's a riot.
Right. That's when the random pile of bricks show up, and all of a sudden, that's just what happens when we show up. And I don't think as a community we should just be throwing our bodies around in the same way.
Right.
But what I am a big proponent of is I think we need to be more covert in a lot of ways. I think that we have to use our other options, other levers of protest. And I think we need to be extremely conscious of where we put our money and our time and our energy.
1,000%. Well, that's what they do with us, economically. They sanction people, whatever. We can stand in solidarity. I remember a day without a Mexican. I'm rolling with them, nigga. It's a day without a Mexican. Just think about a day without an American. If women and whoever, if you just say this shit is wrong but not a day, like a month. You shut this bitch down. You're wrong. Fuck this. We ain't doing shit until something changes. Women, blacks, gays, Latino, whoever. And then, if I had my platforms, those are the things I've been speaking on. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's about humanity. It's not just for the black people or just for the Mexicans. Like, everybody deserves dignity. Why negate anybody's dignity? Because you breathing and you having a quality of life don't hurt mine. So that should be what we all ascribe to be. I don't have to demean somebody for me to feel good about myself. That's the America we live in. It always has to target somebody. And then whether it was 9/11 and it was the Arabs, or whether it's now and it's all,
it's the Arabs
stealing
again.
our jobs.
It's the Arabs again. It's still the Arabs, and now it's the Mexicans.
Right. But I don't fall for those things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, but I remember people I remember being in the 7-Eleven and some black kids after 9/11, just, you stupid ass, you know what I'm saying, towel head. And I was like, dude, this is not, for one, this dude's Indian. He's you know what I'm saying? He's Punjabi. He's not even a Muslim. Like, you so stupid. Your hate, because they told you to hate something, you taking it out. Even if he was Muslim, you're targeting the wrong person. But this nigga ain't even that guy. But that's how stupid we are. I broke my heart on the subway one time, and then dude was just during COVID. And the dude was just berating this Asian man. Get out of our country, you fucking chink, and judge. And it just hurt my heart. And I was just like, I don't want to get into a fight with this dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the man's walking away. Nobody's like cheering us on, but, my inactivity or my, you know what I'm saying, maybe I was wrong. That I should have said, hey, bro, that ain't cool. It's been sometimes when I be like, I don't like that shit. If it's my people, I'm going to correct that behavior. Like, I don't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? This particular time, I was like getting off the train and shit was already happening. I was just like, wow, man. Like, and what do you think? You're going to get a fucking American flag, heroes fucking wave? Like, you just shitting on somebody for their race because Donald Trump said Kung Flu. Shit's funny. It's a fucked up thing to say. It's totally hilarious in the meanest way possible. You know what I'm saying? There's very funny, mean things you can say about blacks or anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? But really say it, like, and mean it, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just mean. It was fucked up. And he berated the man. And that's the country I live in, because we're uninformed and we always got to find a scapegoat.
I'd extend that to capitalism as a whole. Yeah. I think people have this idea that, I always hear this all the time, what they say, if it wasn't for capitalism, you wouldn't have an iPhone. No, that's not even how capitalism works. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Other systems still produce things, guys. Right. They make cars in socialist countries, guys. Right. You realize you can do that. Right. But capitalism has to target things, Mm-hmm. It takes just at the foundation of what it is. Taking all the value.
The ultimate capitalism. I always explain that. The goal of capitalism is to spend as little as possible to make as much as possible. So what was the best capitalism? What built this country? Slavery. Theft of land. Massacre. Genocide. You got a genocide. We discovered a place, but I'm living here and I just gave you some food and saved your life. Then you got to rewrite that narrative and then genocide the people. So now you can have all the water and all the buffalo hides, and you got to genocide them. Then you need to find a workforce. Slavery. This is built off of, capitalism is that. That is the best capitalism ever. I found a whole continent. I didn't find it. I killed everybody. I took the continent, and then there was some people already here that look like me. Lie about that. That's a lie too, that we all came from Africa.
That's another thing you talk about that in the project too.
It's a fucking lie. But then, get some more. Bring some of them that were actually Muslims. Bring some that were actually Jews. Bring some that were actually in Europe and royalty, and kidnap them and lie and tell them they can't even talk to each other by punishment of death. Like, that's why they were purposely putting the Congolese with the Senegalese so they couldn't communicate. This is intentional. This has been intentional. This was the end game, bro. It's always been the end game.
Why do you think so many of your peers are reluctant to have these type of conversations in their music?
I think some people, it's just not what, I don't expect young Jeezy to tell me about how to build a rocket ship. You know what I'm saying? Some people are in their zone, and that's fine. Everybody has a role to play. So I think some people, They're just not that informed, and that's not their thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm not aware. I don't know about that. I know how to play basketball, or I know, you know what I'm saying? Which is great. Be who you are. If the reason that you're reluctant is because you just know how to get your money and you're afraid that you'll lose, what we term the water faucet, like they'll turn your water off, then that is a personal reveal about who you are. That you don't care about the many, you just want yours. And some people are that. But it just depends. There was multiple reasons why people don't speak on stuff. If it's ignorance, I get it. But if it's just for self-preservation, for the extremely great quality of life at the hands of everybody else, but that's, the Judas thing. Okay, get some gold, fuck the homie over. That some people are that. We just need to recognize it for who they are, at least, so they don't get to come back and try to fall into our good graces. I'd rather they go hang themselves.
I feel like music in general, and not even just hip hop or rap music. I think I do a thing on the channel every week called Chart Report, and we go through the Billboard Hot 100. And I do that for two reasons. One, it gives me an opportunity to talk about music that I would never have a reason. I have no reason to talk about Benson Boone outside of the Chart Report. Right. But learning about Benson Boone helps me understand what's happening.
Right.
I have zero reason to talk about, Morgan Wallen, right? But I can see the dominance that Morgan Wallen has on the charts, right? We don't even call him Morgan Wallen on my channel. We call him Ooh Yuck Gross because I don't agree with this dude about anything in life. You know what I mean?
Right.
But one thing that's very consistent on the Chart Report in a lot of places is broader than just rap and hip hop. Most of his music just feels like marketing.
Yeah.
They're marketing lifestyle. They're marketing expensive products. They're marketing things you can acquire. Like there isn't an era or an ethos of protest music the way I experienced in the 80s or even in the 90s or my parents experienced in the 70s and the 60s. Like across genres, you just don't see it.
Right.
Is that from your experience? You think that's just where the prime directive is now? Just get these people out there spending and spending.
Of course. I mean, we're walking billboards. We've been that. Times Square. We collectively as hip hop, that's part of it. My Adidas. You know what I'm saying? But this is the champagne I drink. So. It was going to be, somebody's going to figure out that algorithm, for lack of a better word. Like, look, I put this guy holding this bottle that does this thing, and then I don't want you talking about nothing political, because then we would alienate some of our, target audience. And I remember, I think we've had this conversation, but I remember sitting with my label and them kind of breaking down who our consumer was, right? And I'll just say it really quickly.
No, go ahead and elaborate. Take your time.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with this.
So the target audience for popular rap music was age, I think back then it was 18 to 28 or whatever. Now it's probably even lower, 14 to 24 or something, right? That had what they call, I forgot what they call it, disposable income. That tends to be girls. So that tended to be white girls, suburban 15-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl, white girl. So the music was catering to a 16-year-old white girl from the suburbs. When I was 16, I didn't make songs for 16-year-old white girls from the suburb. So now if you're a 40-year-old man still making songs, gyrating and all that, it's kind of pedophilia in and of itself, trying to target that. That's what they were training people to make. They're sing-song jingles, hyper-sexualized or hyper-distracted, party, and whatever. That's what the decision was. So if I'm cutting the check, that's what I want to support, then you don't support Ras Kass. You support the person that's willing to make that song that targets a 15-year-old little white girl. It just wasn't my thing. So why was I going to expect them to support me?
Yeah, you're talking about Capital.
Or most of these labels, especially now that shift has been so extreme, and we are in a digital age where you can easily replace the artist. At least, even prior to us, people had to play an instrument. The Beatles, you had to be able to sing. You had to be able to do the routines. It was a lot of fucking hard work. So you couldn't just like replace one of the members because these motherfuckers was really good at what they do. And then even with us, you know, the Rakims and the Nas's and the Tupacs or whatever, we weren't easily replaceable. At this point, I can take one person and put another person in it and you'd never know the difference. There was no discernible talent. There's almost no discernible voice difference. I can't tell these people apart. The boys from, I know the girls say, eat my, give me some money. Give me your money. I'm a strong woman while I bend over and make my asses clap together. But give me your money and eat my. I might even have my homegirl eat my. And then the dudes are like, I'm a pimp. I'm a real one. I'm gonna kill my friends. But sometimes I'm kind of really sad. So I cry sometimes because I'm emo. And then I kill some more people. And then I do all the drugs. I don't even sell the drugs anymore. I just take them all. That's where we at.
The fake uncomfortable with real rap, talk social justice, they don't want to hear that.
They're, in a nutshell.
That's a line from your song Radio Friendly, which I love, by the way.
Thank you.
That's one of my favorite joints on there. You know, I think, who's on that? Rock's on there. Mm-hmm. Someone else is on there. Who's on? I don't have
Radio Friendly has
Rock Ness Monster. We know that.
Oh, no, Radio Friendly is, you're talking about rappers.
Rappers, my bad. Rappers,
yeah. You're talking about rappers.
That's why I love that song too.
Oh, good looking.
But these are like, you know, FAFO again is more directly, overtly political. But, you know, I look at Leopards Eat Face as hypercritical of the music industry, what's happening creatively. You know, there's some joints that are just great joints. Like Hit List is just a fire song.
Thank you.
You know, that is a competitive song in the marketplace right now. I think you did a great job on that. But there's so much messaging in here. And one of the other things that you said, I think that you're describing now off of Radio Friendly was easy to duplicate when it's formulaic and basic.
Yeah. Yeah, because now it's cookie cutter. So if I can stamp it, like, well, just think about it. I want to make Christmas tree shapes. If I had to make every one individually, it takes a lot more time. But now I just got a little thing and I go, and that's kind of what this music has become. Individuality or uniqueness is not really praised in business, because business just likes to keep, like Charmin. If they had to make every sheet unique, well, fucking, then it can't just assembly line it. And so even with the music and even, you know, think about it. I'm not a auteur. I'm not like a movie fucking aficionado, but I'm a fan, right? And then sometimes I'm just like, bro, I don't need another Jurassic Park. It's played out now. You know what I'm saying? You're ruining my experiences. That's like having the Boys in the Hood too. Stop. Just let it be Boys in the Hood.
What'd you think of the White Man Can't Jump reboot?
I never watched it.
I didn't watch it either.
I'm not interested.
I wasn't interested.
You ruining something that was dope. Just let it be what it is. That shit's fire. I tried to give Coming to America a shot. Coming to America. Come on, man. Why can't it just be what it was? That shit was fire. And, sometimes you can, look, Godfathers. You know what I'm saying? 1 and 2, sometimes you're just in that zone and you make some shit. But if your shit ain't fire like that, don't do it. You know what I mean?
A Last Dragon reboot. Where are you at on that?
Leave it alone.
A Last Dragon prequel. Where are you on that?
That might work.
I've got a fire Last Dragon prequel idea.
That could be crazy.
The prequel is, and I already have this.
So you already got this.
So right. Okay. It's already by this fine guys.
Yeah.
but
is that the copyright or the register with the R?
Right, it's the registered. Yeah.
Right.
So, but the prequel is everything that happens in Sho'nuff's life right before he walks into the movie theater at the beginning of the movie.
That's crazy. That'd be great.
Like who hurt this man to where he's got hair like that and walking around with football shoulder pads on?
Football shoulder pads.
Who did he beat to become the show?
Well, somebody made him kiss his shoe.
Right. Who beat?
Hurt people.
Who did he have to beat to become the Shogun of Harlem?
Right.
What would his sensei say about him?
Right. That'd be lit.
That'd be fire.
That's a great movie.
I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
I know. I think
who's playing Shogun though?
We got to come up with somebody new. I don't even know who it could be right now. Was it the hands where put my hands where my eyes can see, the Busta Rhymes video?
Right.
Busta Rhymes really pulled that show off.
He did too.
He's, past his prime now. Right. We need someone,
a little younger.
Right, relevant for the era.
Right.
I don't know who it could be, but
it's got to be a comedian.
Everything right before, I think that works. I think that works, and then you have the one that happened. That puts it together because it's really the Bruce Leroy story.
With that being said, I don't know if you're familiar with Andor.
I started watching it the other day.
So Andor, it's crazy.
It's a bit slow for me, but it picks up.
I'm telling you, you gotta get, if you want some bar, it just really, it flawlessly, because Andor is what you call him. What was the movie? It basically is the prequel to.
Oh my gosh, what was it called? The good one.
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
And Rogue One is really the prequel to the first Star Wars,
right?
Which is technically the fourth, A New Hope. And if you put them together, but the depth, because really what Andor focuses on is so relevant. Like and they obviously shot this 2-3 years ago. They had to write it. Today, I'm telling you, it's like when this revolution, when these people are being under the thumb, and it's not about magic or whatever. It's the people that don't make it that, plant the seeds of to fight against fascism. Like, it's ill. It's kind of the best thing. And that's why it's grown. Its following is crazy, but because it just didn't do well the first season. And that's why they compacted the season 2 into these 3-year time gaps. 1-year time gaps. It's magnificent.
So every episode in season 2 is a year?
It's 3 that would be 1 year. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 episodes, and I think it's cut into 4 years. So 3, 6, 9, 12. But you gotta watch season 1 to really put it in perspective. And then when you watch it now, you can go into Rogue One and you get a whole different appreciation. And then you can watch A New Hope, because now you're getting it. But if these people don't sacrifice first, there is no Luke Skywalker. He doesn't. None of that shit happens. It's dope, and it's very realistic, and it applies so much to the country we live in today. It's scary. It's, they always say truth is stranger than fiction. This shit, the fiction is dead on, motherfucker predicted it.
It's always real funny when I watch certain commentators on YouTube, because the manosphere really sunk their teeth into comic books, video games, hip hop, things that young men like, and so that's where all this woke commentary started coming into what's happening in movies and video games and things like that. And these guys a lot of these guys that I watch, they'll sit there and talk about Star Wars like it's not the Nazis. You know what I mean? They talk about it as if they're on the side of George Lucas, but everything George Lucas has said about creating Star Wars is anti the things that they advocate for, other than George Lucas.
Right. Oh, of course.
It's really weird. It's like the fan base. It's like it's like the Homelander fan base.
Right.
Where there's a lot of people that think Homelander's the good guy in The Boys.
Right.
Homelander's not the good guy.
Right.
It's sign of the times type stuff.
And the funny thing is that really, Billy is not really either.
Right.
There's some shades of gray, but Homelander definitely is not a good guy. If you confuse that, you got a bullshit twisted it. Yeah. You know what I learned? I had to stop watching certain manosphere stuff, and I just sometimes I'm like, dude, you hate women, bro. Are you one of those dudes? I forgot what they call them.
Misogynist?
Well, not that. I mean, I'm partially a misogynist. I'm a guy from LA. We don't love them hoes. Like, fuck it. I mean, I'm not supposed to be real with myself. It's the other ones, the ones that like hate women because they can't, incels.
There you go.
So a lot of these dudes be coming off as like incel, like, and then obviously racist, like, we don't want any women, we don't want any black women. Like all the actors gotta just be a white guy. Like, what are you say you are heterosexual? It seems to me like you might be a little turned on by looking at a lot of guys all the time. You like the sausage fest. Like, don't be mad at it's girls, and girls do. Your mom gave you birth. You just don't like no women, nigga. Like, it's crazy to me.
1 second applause.
So, I just think I've had to stop watching some of these because of reveal to get more comfortable. And it starts with, first of all, if you get into woke, I'm already gone. The fuck? It's just an excuse. DEI is an excuse for you to say, dude, the slang may change, the feeling is the same.
Right.
So woke means I should shut up and be a side character in your narrative as a male or a white man or whatever. I'm not a side character. We're all fucking human beings, and yeah, girls should have Cinderella, that some dude comes and saves her, the prince. You really want the reality of what Cinderella really was? Europeans, just like Asians, just like Africans, once your daughter was about 12 and she got a period, you'd ration her off. You go sell her to whoever. We need cows. Take the bitch. For real.
It's just the way you say it.
It's facts, though. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Who's got... Tell the truth, shame the devil. And everybody's romanticizing shit, and fuck that. It's what it was. It's some Japanese culture, they just kill a bitch. No baby. We don't need no girls. We need a boy. Kill it. Don't romanticize this shit. This comes from a fucked up part of American, not even American, human history. So don't romanticize it. Some prince saves the girl. Get the fuck out of here. It's insane.
I don't think I've ever asked myself how old Cinderella was until this moment right now, actually. I just sit there and look at it. It's Disney. Hey, look, it's a nice story.
Romanticizing the fuckery.
Like, how old is Cinderella, do you think?
Oh, she's 14, 15.
Crazy.
Because that's when people were getting married back then, especially in medieval Europe. The legal law in England today is 16.
Right.
The age of consent. Other countries is a little bit younger.
It's all happening.
Tomato.
So there's on Love Thy Neighbor, right? Love Thy Neighbor is another joint where I think you talk about a lot of these themes too. And I want to talk about your label situation again, because I think there's a lot to learn from that. One of the lines you say here, because I was blackballed by capitalists. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, it was a play on words, capitalists. I said blackballed by capitalists for being activists, and I didn't have 10 million stacks to live. Intentionally sabotage my career means you attack my kids. That's where I was at. Like Jeff from DTP, DTP, Luda and them were really, really supportive. I just saw him at the Roots picnic, Jeff. I saw Shaka Zulu. And they were always very, very supportive of me. And I remember, me not getting along with the label at all. And they had Chingy at Priority Records. And he's selling, Chingy's records. He's going gold. Luda's going platinum, whatever. Luda and them was like, well, look, because we had been friends through Patchworks and all that and Homeboys. And I remember Jeff and Shaka and Luda, they're just like, well, look, man, I'm sure we can make a deal with them. Like, well, because you are a homeboy. We know you're super talented. Why don't we just go in and we'll just make you DTP? Which, shit. We got to assist with production. Make sure, so you get the Luda records. I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, great. Sounds great to me. I don't like these people. I don't want to be my management. You know what I'm saying? They chased away other management, but maybe they'll listen to you guys because you guys are already super successful. They want in, they want a relationship. And I'll never forget. It was right before, like fourth quarter, right before, you know what I'm saying, like Christmas, and everybody shuts down for like a month. And I remember Jeff. I'm going to say this stuff because it's, I don't think this, I'm not saying nothing that's going to incriminate or make them bad anyway. But I remember Jeff called me. And he's like really dejected. And I'm like, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? It's like right before, you know, it's going to be Christmas, the New Year's, and then the industry's basically, everybody's crashing out. Not crashing out. The industry's over from the 14th until the 14th of next month or whatever, January, after New Year's. And he's super dejected. He's like, man, we just went up there, had the meeting, and he told me the quote that the vice president said. He sat and talked to her, kind of had this projection, like, we could get these results, like, you know what I'm saying? Plus, here's the rub. It don't cost you nothing. We'll just take Ras under our wing, and then you never have to talk to him again, but we could make his records big because we really think Ras is a dope artist, and you know what I'm saying? He just didn't have a support system, so we're going to be a support system. And I remember Jeff said that Wendy Goldstein said, oh, his career's over already. So it wasn't about money. That's capitalist. It was just to kill it. It was more sinister than wanting not, you know what I'm saying, it got personal. How dare you, black guy, tell me something when I just kill your career. This is ego. And I remember that was that, and that's when I kind of had to make some decisions about what I was going to do while I was in this litigation and how long it would take and whether I was going to have to go kill some people. You keep it honest.
Yeah.
I told my mother that, and I wrote my manifesto. I wasn't going to go in there and hurt people, random people. I was going to hurt the people. You want to play with my life, and then I'll kill you, and then I'm never going to go to prison over it. But that people don't understand. They be, especially, same thing I talk about in Limb from Limb. What's his name went over there and shot the healthcare dude. He the bad guy? He's the bad guy. Not the dude that people been paying for their health insurance and you just cancel them and say, fuck you. That's not the bad guy here. That's Homelander. He's the Homelander. He's killing everybody. He's a piece of shit. But he can cry. The news and everybody's like, oh, it's terrorism. No, this is Robin Hood, bro. It's Jesus with a Glock. He's here to redeem you.
What are we supposed to learn from watching Kevin Costner play Robin Hood?
Right.
That was a takeaway that I had.
Right.
He's robbing from the rich, giving to the poor,
right.
Smacking bellies with the hot chick.
Yeah, as you should. And he should, you know, I forgot old boy's name, whatever, but yeah, he smiled at the girl. That's how he got caught. The big dog was like, hi, lady.
The Robin Hood parallels are pretty ill when it comes to Louis.
Oh, yeah. He really is a modern day Robin Hood. And no matter what they do to him, I hope us that really see this system for what it is understands that somebody got to sacrifice. He made an example, and he put some fear because they sit in their ivory towers and look at. They got words for it. What do you call it? You know, a certain amount of people that die. They call it collateral damage. They already got a projection. Oh, fuck, if these many people die.
Right. They
just passed this shit in the house, and nigga, they know how many people gonna die at the minimum.
J.D. Vance said it was immaterial.
That part. Doesn't matter.
You have another line on the same song that comes to mind too. You said Ku Klux Klan described as rap fans. Right.
Ku Klux Klan disguised as rap fans.
Disguised as rap fans. What did I say? Rock fans?
I forgot what word you said.
Ku Klux Klan disguised as rap fans. And that reminded me of this tweet that Punch went viral for in the past couple of days.
Really? I haven't seen it.
So the tweet is, this is what Punch from TDE said. Depending on which side was taken in the battle, the same group of people, like the same sports stars, same politicians, same stance on whatever issue, etc. It's like a social experiment. And so what he's talking about is sort of the divisions within the hip hop community that are very apparent now. And so when I heard that line, I thought the same thing, because I run into people in my comment section. I'll say things like, man, liberal rap fans are crazy. I'm like, liberal rap fans?
Right.
Like just that language.
It's crazy.
I've been hip hop my whole life. Okay.
Right.
I ain't never heard. We did not draw no lines over liberal rap fans, conservative. That is not a hip hop thing. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, you know, hip hop's always advocated for the opposite side that a lot of people in this community are advocating for too.
Right.
And then here you come with Ku Klux Klan disguised as rap fans.
Well, I've had them argue with me. I'm like posting something that may be not even extremely political. You know what I'm saying? That might just be kind of one of them right or wrong scenario things. But I'm trying to think of one that I did. I'd have to look. The point being is, it might just be. I know I predicted that Donald Trump would win. I did that one. That pissed off a lot of people. Like months before, I was like, Donald Trump's gonna win. And here's why, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just stupid. They didn't really look at it. It wasn't that I was advocating for him. I was just telling you because there's no democracy within the Democratic Party. They got rid of Bernie, whatever. Nobody's enthused about Kamala Harris, who's their toe line, you know what I'm saying, or Joe Biden. They're just centrist corporatists. So I said, his people are activated, and she won't even make a stand about, you know,
Palestine.
Anything. Right. About Palestine, anything. So she's more of the same. And so that's going to make young people not want to vote. Some of them stupid ass people, it wouldn't have been enough anyway, but some of them stupid ass in Michigan, the Muslims over there, for Trump, you're going to help us. This nigga cares less than she does. But you do that, buddy. And then you get buyer's remorse. But I forgot what it was, whatever my post was. And it was, you know, something that probably, obviously, I don't like people that tell women what to do. You know what I'm saying? Except for me. I don't want to tell women what to do because I'm a hypocrite. But I'm an asshole. That was a joke.
1 second plus for honesty.
I mean, you know, I was tongue-in-cheek talking shit. You know my personality type. For you that don't. But point being was, these dudes start jumping out the woodwork. And obviously, let's just say it was Donald Trump sucks. Whatever. Doubt it was that cut and dry, but maybe that was the underlying point. And these dudes jumped out the woodwork. Some rapper with a lot of followers, that's a MAGA, some black, some coon. So he's talking, and all these people are jumping in. And I just would answer most of them, you know. And yeah, you Democrats and you Democrats and, you know, and all this weird shit. Like, bro.
Demon cracks.
Yeah, Democrats. They say, oh, man, they made all kind of, you know, you have to demonize, I mean, with people. But it just wasn't true. It's just all this Fox News fucking bubble shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I would answer them. And what I realized was, like, you like rap music, but you don't even like black people. Just like you can like Michael Jordan and still be a racist. You just be like, he's a special nigger. He can do things that I think are cool. All right, but you still haven't dealt with your primal hatred. And so now that you're allowed to really say what you feel, it's rappers. White guys that's rappers that acted like they was down for this culture that really can't stand our fucking guts. Because it was the same way with rock and roll. The Elvises and all these other people that did this shit and hated our fucking guts, used our culture, vultures. And what I realized was they're finally able to say how they really feel. But I'm not gonna let you be, you're not part of my culture. You're just another demon. You steal from us. This might as well be 1880, you know, 1826, 1825. You guys don't give a fuck about our people. You don't care about our condition. And now you feel comfortable enough to say what you really feel. But we need to start holding them accountable and getting them out of our culture. So you don't get no validation. I don't want no songs with you. I don't want you to produce no fucking records. Like, fuck y'all. And you keep your manosphere or whatever the fuck y'all on, your white boy power. First of all, there's no reason why white boys should be crying. They've never had no fucking problems. The fuck are they griping about? Race against white guys. Take some accountability, bitch. It's real. It's real, bro. I'm not the bad guy here. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Sorry, not sorry. White niggas have the least to cry about for the past fucking 4,000 years.
It's the facial expression for me. 1 second applause. For honesty.
I'm keeping it a buck, bro.
Yeah, you are. All over this project. I mean, what you just said right there, that's how you open Leopards Eat Face, right? One of my favorite parts. And everyone here on this channel, you guys are going to really appreciate this line too. This first part anyway, at least this first part. Fuck that. Post Malone a colonizer. 1 second applause. I like when people say the truth.
It's facts.
But I want to go deeper into what you say here. So that line goes, fuck that. Post Malone a colonizer. Alchemist a fucking liar. Elvis stealing from Chuck Berry.
Again, y'all niggas is sympathizers.
So the Alchemist part. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Alchemist is a fucking liar. Now, you went viral recently because Alchemist did an interview and he was talking about, I guess he was remixing the history that happened between you and him around one of Jadakiss's beats.
No, it was my beat.
It was your
my beat.
There's your beat.
That he resold.
All right, so break it down.
I'm going to share this. Well, no, I'm going to save this one. I'm going to put a plug on this one, and let's just say I got the receipts.
You got the receipts?
I got the receipts. My mother passed about 3 weeks ago now, and kept all my paperwork. And I randomly opened one of the cases of paperwork and found what I need.
I'm sorry for the passing of your mother.
I appreciate it. God bless. God bless. Riley Jean Pryor. That's my mama. Mm-hmm. She left me a gift. Needle in a haystack. Don't worry about it. We'll be making that announcement. Don't worry. It's coming. Okay. Got the receipts.
Okay. And Elvis stealing from Chuck Berry again, and y'all niggas are sympathizers.
Yeah. They get more opportunity because their skin is lighter.
Yeah.
Then turn around and disrespect the culture. Worship a vulture, that's a disconnect.
You know, I looked at that Alchemist situation because it's played out publicly for most people.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, how do you ultimately, if you were to put yourself in Alchemist's shoes, why do you think he's telling the story this way? Like from
no accountability. White boy problems. I don't want to look like the bad guy. You got exposed already before we was on a fucking 100 DJ call when this shit happened. You got exposed. And then we were cool because you was with fucking Havoc and Mobb Deep, my G. And then I grabbed Alchemist up in real life, my G, when I was a much angrier young Ras Kass and we were younger. So it's like, stop playing with me. And I don't want to, I'm not revealing all my stuff. My point is, bro, it's crazy when people just don't stop while they're behind. You're a fucking liar, bro. And you keep trying to make me the liar because you don't want to be accountable for the fuck shit you did. And it's late now. You got the money. You got paid off of it. It threw your brand off the top. I could have cease and desisted Al and Jada, but it was vinyls. He shipped 1 million cassettes and CDs, not no digital shit. I would have fucked everything up. So I'm a fan. I'm not going to do that to Jada. They would have to take every vinyl and burn them. And then they would have killed Alchemist. Rough Riders. He would never, with Jada, all of the Yonkers boys would have been chasing him for the rest of his life. You kidding me? To make me the bad guy in this? Get the fuck out of here. Niggas is liars and clowns, my G. I have nothing against Styles, Jada. You know, those, I love them. You know what I'm saying? Fellow peers. I'm fans of the music. I'm not and I still will say Alchemist make dope beats, but he's a bitch ass nigga and he's a fucking liar. And I'm gonna prove it. because that shit ain't cool. It's just not cool to continue to lie. You've had all this time. We actually was over it, but now you want to start rehashing the lie again. It's corny, my G. That's not my fault. That's his fault.
When's the last time you've seen him in person?
Let's see. I don't know. It's been before he started the new campaign of lies. Because then we probably have to have some kind of confrontation about that. But no, he's really been on his campaign. And then all of a sudden, so first, when I played it for Jay-Z and Nas wanted it and Jay, bitch, you was getting $1,500 a beat complaining about that. Complaining, I paid you double. And that might be 369. Yeah. I think he was getting $1,500. I paid him $3,000 each beat. Whatever, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, the point being is, all of a sudden now, this ain't even the story he told 10, 15 years ago or 20, you know what I mean? Now it's Jay-Z really want the beat. That was my label mate. I think I might have even been, no, I was staying the summer with Jay-Z and B-High and Tata during Ras Kass Nation time. So this is afterwards. This is Van Gogh, going into Van Gogh, which is 2000-ish. So, but now all of a sudden you played it for Jay-Z. You didn't know Jay-Z. I don't know. Maybe you played a beat for Nas when he was, always with Mobb Deep and, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get all your beats to them because nobody else, you know what I'm saying? You had left LA, left working underneath Muggs or whatever. So I don't know. I find that fascinatingly interesting that all of a sudden Nas and Jay-Z wanted your beat too.
I mean, it's interesting. It always interests me how social media, how everyone is so connected, obviously. So you have a lot of stories, like not you personally, but all of us, the collective of us, have a lot of stories from the past that generally speaking, you'd have to go to a magazine or maybe you just have to run into the right person at a bar or something to even hear about these things. And now it's content all the time. Right. People are in front of cameras all the time, whether they're celebrities or otherwise. But I also see a lot of utility in these, in the nature of where we are now, because you do get the chance to clear the record on things.
Right.
You get a chance to add your voice, and not even just you, all of us. We get a chance to clarify things that have been misconceptions for a very long time.
Yeah. Well, here's the rub here, man. K-Slay, rest in peace. We played my record, Home Sweet Home. He put it on mixtape first, 5 months before We Gonna Make It ever comes out, before we even know the record exists. I also did it on Star and Buck Wild. They had a radio show, and it was hosted also by Moni Love. And I performed it 5 months before. It's documented, it's dated, it's factual. This is not stuff I made up. You know what I'm saying? He tracked the record. That's not a 2-track. Those are separated files and stems. So, it's just why lie when I eventually know I'm gonna catch up to you with facts? But even the lie of America is catching up to us. That's kind of what a liar's gonna do. They're gonna lie. They'll lie to the very end. Sometimes that's what bad people do. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to? The guy that's still I'm innocent. Nigga, you had the blood in your hand. Nigga, you got the knife in your hand. You was carving the lady leg off when we could. You innocent here? You didn't do it, huh? Get the fuck out of here. It's cornball. But some people have a bigger platform. So what he was hedging his bets on is I'm in the winner's circle and I'm gonna run my lie because I have a bigger megaphone than Ras Kass. When we knew the song existed was a Friday, my A&R, his name is Mark Brown. Just A&R's playing records and they play Jada album, whatever. I'm not even around. He called me dude, we got an issue. You know what I'm saying? Alchemist sold this beat again. Now, we supposed to deal with this on Monday. Saturday, I told you that was a Friday. Saturday, my friend Wise P, the Rangers, he in New York, he Jada and them rapping on your song on Hot 97. Flex, spiking it. Running it back, boom, boom, boom. then the truth come out about it. So by Monday, all the shit didn't hit the fan. I have the documentation, the paperwork. You'll see all that, right? Now, even later after that, about 2 weeks later, when all this shit is becoming a big issue and it's getting out there, my friend again calls and says, Jada's on the radio saying he didn't know. Al is on the radio. They on Hot 97 with what's her name? The Puerto Rican lady. What was the Puerto Rican lady from Hot 97?
Angie Martinez?
Yeah. And she did some corny shit. I call from LA because everybody's gotten their words in, except for the person who's the damaged guy. So everybody's got a narrative. I call in, they put me on hold, and then hang up on me.
Tomato.
For real. My people, I wouldn't even known they was on Hot 97 because it ain't no digital world back then. My homie Wise is calling me, a Brooklyn nigga calling me all the way in LA, like, bro, they on the radio. Al just called in discussing this record and making you look like you the bum. You know what I'm saying? Jada just saying, I don't know about this stuff. I didn't know if Al did it or not. He's saying he didn't do it or whatever. And then I call and I talk to the Angie Martinez lady. And then she's like, all right, hold on one sec. And then, I'm on hold for fucking 5-10 minutes and okay, it was rigged. They rigged it. I don't have no respect for her. I think she's a cornball too. Wow. You want dignity, you didn't give no dignity. And you let them run a narrative. Niggas is corny. This is a corny industry, and then people want you to give them dignity and respect when they didn't offer it. And I'm supposed to be like I'm mad. No, I'm just disappointed that y'all corny.
That's a word. 1 second applause. I mean, is there any legal recourse you can take?
It's not about legal recourse.
But just out of a question that people might have, right? Is there a way to have legal recourse?
Could I sue and just say, like, you smutted me? I don't know, for 20 years, maybe.
I mean, look, we got people in suing right now for rap battles. I'm seeing all kinds of new things. I'm seeing all kinds of new things.
Well, I don't, drink it till you make it. I don't know. I don't know.
But I mean, just generally speaking, because when I saw this conversation flare up again, the first question I had was, is there a legal recourse someone could take in a situation that would separate Al from Jada in this situation?
Probably. I don't know. I've never thought about it. I just, this paperwork and these documentations just, fell into my lap fairly recently. But
because to one of your points earlier that you were talking about, just with how America is, and who's the victim and things like that. Sometimes you got to speak people's language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. That's something I will have to look into. My little sister's graduated Berkeley Law, entertainment law. So,
1 second applause.
Yeah. Love my little sis, little Tiff. So maybe I'll shoot that over to her and see what we can cook up.
Yeah,
Who knows?
People, if we ain't talking how people talk.
Right. Sometimes they don't respect it because we ain't talking the same language.
Right.
So maybe that's a different language we need to start talking. I don't know. That might be a recourse.
Yeah. That song is great too. Hit List is fire. I Got That featuring Inspector Deck and Coast Contra, Family Affair. Is this the first time y'all really put out recorded together? I know you guys have recorded together.
Yeah,
but because you weren't on any of their projects, I haven't heard you on.
I was on stuff.
You weren't on Apartment 5.
No.
And you weren't on the new one.
No.
Okay.
They put out music before that, before people caught them really on the radar.
Sure.
Before they got on the radar.
Right.
So
this might be the biggest look for them though. With y'all as a.
Oh yeah. As far as us doing something.
Yeah.
This is the first time. Now that I think about it, yeah, I guess. But we because one of them we did, and that hook that was part of my rhyme. East Coast, West Coast, meet the new monsters. The only coast is Contra. That's part of my verse. That became that mantra. Coast. This is the new mantra. Right. The only coast is Contra. Meet the new monsters. This is the new mantra. So that stuck. That part stuck. So hey,
that's part of their crowd work. Crowd work of the shows. I love that so much.
So and I think we did that over. I forgot, but anyway. That's like an older record. It's not on 505, but it's pre 505. Yeah, this is probably. I mean, we got other records. They just haven't come out for whatever reason. Some are mine, some are theirs. Some are one they got with Twiz and me. A different project that he produced. My man Twiz. What's Twiz? The beat. Oh, I forgot. Anyway, shouts out Twiz. Anyway, so we got records, but this is the first one coming out, and I do want to thank Beat Miners and want to thank obviously Deck, and the fellas for rocking and rolling.
For people who aren't aware yet, I mean, Leopards Eat Face is like a gaggle of all the best rappers talking about the best things in the best era. You know what I'm saying? Like on this project, you've got Inspector Deck is on here, Coast Contra's on here. That was produced by the Beat Miners. Trey D is on here. Smith and Wesson is on here. You've got Louis Rubio, Twiz, Buddha, S-Class on here. You got Chip Fu on here. Where the Fu Stick is one of my favorite joints on this project. It's crazy. You got Fredro Star. You got Onyx, and you got a Fredro Star beat. You got Jay Stalin on here.
Yeah, about the mechanics.
You got
get my bay.
You got Tretch, which I feel like Tretch is one of these people.
Oh yes, he is.
He needs to be in more, greatest lyricist conversation.
I mean, because he's been attached to such a successful group. Same thing with Black Thought. Like when you have those groups that are so bigger than life, people forget the MC is incredible.
Right. You got X-Raid's verse on "Won't Do It." Won't do is ridiculous.
Oh, he killed it.
He smashed that.
Yes, he did.
That's crazy. You got Havoc Beat on here. You got Rock Ness Monster, Big Noid, New York represent.
Yep.
Huss Kingpin, my brother right there, Rosewood, and Killer Ben on the same project.
Yeah, man.
1 second applause.
Thank you, brother.
I mean, it's just a great synergy between so many different artists, so many different producers. And I think you stay on message, on code pretty well throughout the whole thing.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm just blessed to have my brothers, period. Whether it was production, whether it was, singing. Oh, and Absol's on the album.
Absol's, huh?
So
1 second applause.
So we gotta do my C. Arson thing, man. So salute. Yep. But yeah, man, I wanted the record purposely to be a MC's album. I'm not trying to talk to the 15-year-old white girl unless she likes real bars. Maybe she's Australian, maybe she's German, and she fucks with real bars, but I'm not doing it's not a dancey album like that purposely, or at least not as cheek clapping. But there is one on there. It's called Clap Cheeks, literally, the mechanics. It's my homeboys. Like, fuck it. I am a guy. I like party music. So I try to make it a balance of what I mostly am. It's, like Twister used to always say that. He'd be like, Ras, your music don't really always sound like who you are in real life. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you be in the streets, you be in the clubs, and you don't never make none of those. So there you go, Twist. I got like one or two on there. I got one for the homies. That's the shit with me and Trey D. You know what I mean? That's to work out if you in prison or you just in the gym. That you know what I'm saying? That one is Contraband. So me, Trey D, actually Daz left me some voice messages. So Daz is in there on the intro and outro. Thanks, Daz Dillinger. On the low, I don't even know if I told you I did that, but you're on album.
Word up.
My bad, bro.
1 second applause for Daz.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
Is Kendrick Lamar the greatest rapper of all time?
Oh no, but he's doing his stuff. I think he's awesome. I think in the land of the blind, the man with one eye is Genie. And the bar is set so low that he has no competition that's in his, I mean, except for his, trust me, we exist. You know what I'm saying? Whoever that is, whether that's Ab-Soul, whether that's so-and-so, it's a lot of nice MCs out right now. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's Conway, I don't want to even negate or whether that's Redman. You act like niggas that can't rap out here. It's bar lords out here. You were talking about Highlander, yeah. But as far as commercially successful with that machine and all that behind it, he is he has no. One dude don't write his own raps like that, and then the other dude shot himself in the Mexican standoff. He shot his own hand. I put that in in the reaction song. It's true,
Right?
Yeah. So
everything we're talking about is stuff you talk about.
Yeah, it's what I really feel. Like the bars come out because I talk. So my conversations become my raps.
Right.
9 times out of 10.
Well, okay. I like the way you framed that. You said from a commercial level with the machine. You know. The bar is set so low, and one guy doesn't write his raps, the other guy shot his hand off. But if we extrapolate that historically, right, where does Kendrick and what he's accomplished from a commercial level compare to other greats that have been at a commercial level?
I don't know. I haven't given it that much thought. I mean, Run DMC had a great run, and so did LL Cool J. He's making incredible music today. You know what I'm saying? I just heard that 30 Decembers. You know what I'm saying? Coolio had a great, you know what I mean? Like, MC Hammer, whoever, I don't know. Some of these people who I don't even know their music is popping and doing millions and, billion streams or whatever. I don't know. Because that's a whole different animal than what these bars are, or putting together a really dope album it almost is something that doesn't matter to me because I don't play in that league. It's not the league I play in. I play in the bar league, not the star league.
So what do you consider when you consider the greatest rapper of all time? Like if you had to describe it to people.
I don't have a greatest rapper of all time. Again, my favorite rapper is KRS-One. He did what I had heard no other person in music do, which was dates. He was doing historical dates. And so-and-so invented this. And, what I'm saying? Harriet Tubman freed the slaves and you must learn. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, because I was on that. I'm like studying history and socio-political shit and cultural anthropology and physical anthropology and shit like, you know what I mean? So he is my favorite rapper. I think who might be who said some of the most, who's kind of written some of the most perfect verses. Initially for me, Nas. I just thought because I used to try to correct people's verses. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that shit, like New York State of Mind was like a perfect verse to me. That was the first perfect verse that I felt I heard. Then I went back and realized like Rakim was going just way over his leagues over even what I could comprehend. Some of the things he was saying, I didn't have that kind of knowledge of self. And then I was like, oh shit, God. That's why Rakim really the God. You know what I mean? But I'll have one because it negates too many other people that have influenced and shown me, even when, we gonna talk our shit, you know what I'm saying? But I know how many deadly MCs there are, and anybody's got a what they call a puncher's chance. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know kung fu around here. Like motherfucker might roundhouse you. He might do the crane stance. You don't even know. Like, and there's there's at least 100 or 200 of us. And then what floats your boat? You know what I'm saying? Some people are style people. So Kendrick is great and he can hold a note. Those are deadlier MCs because girls like it. I don't sing, so that shit don't mean shit to me. But I understand girls were like, oh my God, that's dope too. Andre 3000, he can hold a note. Nigga might pull out a guitar, and they'll flute and crush you and shit. Nigga flute you, bar you out. So I'm just saying. So
flute you is crazy.
Like, yeah, flute you is.
1 second applause.
So yeah, no, for real. So people that can sing and rhyme are even deadlier. They just have another tool in their, in their belt, in their arsenal. And that makes them a lot more able to be marketable, like Drake, in that sense that he can hold a note and then go into a bar, you know what I'm saying? He can do patterns that are way more melodic than if I did it, you know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is great with that. He can change it. The voice modulation is incredible. He can do, very attackive, or he can do some really laid back and it sounds good. He's a fucking Caribbean blood, so then he can do patois. You know what I'm saying? He's got a different arsenal. You know what I'm saying? And all those things are valid and dope to be able to do. You know what I mean? So it's just too many dope people. I would be remiss to not give everybody they respect and conveniently jump on one nigga dick. I'm not, and if I'm gonna jump on the nigga dick, it's my dick, and I'm not gonna jump on it because that's weird. That'll hurt.
1 second applause.
That part.
I've been thinking a lot about lyricism because I feel like what people think about or how the conversation about lyricism are taking place now has evolved quite a bit over my life. And I was struck by something Willie D said, and on his, not Willie, yeah, Willie D, that he said on his channel. And he said, and he was replying to the conversation that Tupac isn't lyrical. He said, Tupac isn't lyrical, the lyricism doesn't matter. Now, I understand where that conversation originates from, right? In the 90s, there's Biggie and there's Tupac, for example, that are really dominating the conversations. Both of them are saying real shit. Both of them are rapping great. Both of them are really connected with people. Uh-huh. But Biggie was always described as more lyrical because of his technique and his style, so the way he put words together.
Right.
And so that conversation has now evolved over the years, I've noticed. When someone talks, when the conversation around lyricism comes up, what's lyricism to you in 2025?
Oh, man. Again, there's so many. Some people are style boys. Some people are, again, it's patterns, forms of delivery. Some people, like, battle rappers, there's a lot of deadly lyricists. And then we kind of know where battle rappers are going to go. Like, it's going to be like a sports metaphor mixed with a gun. With my 22 jam, then it's NBA. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of know where,
My 22 jam is NBA young boy. That's
right. It's NBA to a young boy, but and for one, that's not over a beat. So to set up your punchlines, it's a different sport. You know what I mean? But they're lyricists, so I give them that, like, nasty and inspiring. You know what I mean? But then some people just tell great stories. It's vivid, and some people just are full personality, and I'm not in it. Again, I'm not in it to really hear them say the illest bars. I'm just in it for the experience because they say some cool shit. I'll tell you what. I'll give you one example. One of the wittiest motherfuckers I know, and I happen to know him, is Tash from Alcoholics. He got punchlines. He say some of the funniest shit ever. It's smart, it's witty. I'll be like, shit, I should have said that. That was so good. Like he just said some shit. He said, oh yeah. He said, and I know his pattern. So I know where it's gonna land, right? And he said, since I'm the own boss, I'm gonna give myself a raise or some shit he said. And I was like, this is fucking kind of funny. Like, since I'm my own boss, he sets it up, and then he says, like, yeah, since I'm my own boss, I'm gonna give myself a raise. And I was like, fuck, that's pretty good. I like that. I wish I would have said that. It's so fucking swipe kick, like the obvious, And some people say those bars that are just so witty. Again, a Tech Nine is just gonna be Tech Nine. Like Chino, rest in peace. They have this delivery and say ill shit within this pocket. That's gotta be like, fuck, that's a crazy pocket to have to, Eminem's good at that. He knows his tempo, he knows that pocket, and then he can play all within it. Royce also, you know what I'm saying? 5'9", you know what I mean? They're all great. Like, Meth's gonna give you his cadence and I know his cadence, I know where the last word gonna rhyme, but he'll play with how the word and go backwards with it within the next two bars. He's fucking with you, and it's sick. So, and then Jizza's technical. You know what I'm saying? Deck is kind of technical like that. Like, we're like, this motherfucker just started talking about some, some rocket science. And you don't even know, he's talking chess. This nigga just said some chess shit, some rocket science shit, some 5%er shit. Some Shaolin shit. Like, it's a lot of, there's just a lot of criteria and ways to be great as a lyricist.
I got one last question for you. Then,
Okay.
I think we covered most of the stuff. Maybe that two, actually. I got two questions
Okay.
for you. One, as we sit here in July now, what comes to mind with this Joey Badass versus everybody, including you?
I wasn't getting.
You jumped in it.
No, I just said reaction video. I was giving my play-by-play of what I thought happened. I wasn't mad at Joey, and I'm not. I know Joey, and I think he's
I don't think
awesome.
anybody was mad at Joey.
Yeah. I mean, I think some of them now, but I think it's like after Kendrick and the Drake and J. Cole, it's like, I think Joey was thinking, look, it's the Jim Jones Nas argument, right? I can kind of troll everybody. Nobody's really mad. It's something to talk about, which draws attention to my next project. I think that's what most of this is. Nobody's really, really mad. I think Joey, he's even said it. Come on, Kendrick, say something. Because, yeah, if Kendrick says, I didn't like what Ras Kass said tomorrow, guess how many people hear that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, of course, everybody wants, if you can't get a song out of a person, what do they call it? Even bad attention is attention. So motherfuckers is looking for bad attention, like, fuck you. And they're like, look, he said fuck me, so now I get to say something and everybody's gonna look and ask me. So I think that's really what it is right now.
What did 50 Cent say? He said, if I can't be your friend, at least let me be your enemy.
Yeah, for real. And Fifth was great at it. At a time before, now he's got the money. He really can go to war and fuck with your life. Like he's a real one, and he has what Pac said. They said, "Don't go to war until I got my money right." Fifth can go to war, and everybody else. There's a lot of people. Shit. Joey got some bread. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's shooting his videos. He's doing the show. He's going back, and it's that getting in the conversation anyway. Like fuck it. You know what I'm saying? For me, I was just more like I put myself in a position where in that whole beef, or you know what I'm saying, like I'm positioned in an interesting place where I could be like the barbershop conversation as a fellow MC that knows bro. I know bro, he got the line from, you know what I'm saying, and just saying, I see what you did there, Joey. Okay, Jay, that didn't, it was a backhand compliment when Jay did it. I know what you're doing here. And I'm just, in the barbershop, which is hence why we shot the video in the barbershop, was I get it. But some of these niggas is dumb and you might piss off some of these angrier gang dudes. That line created a lot of turbulence back then. It might create some turbulence now, and it has. You know what I mean? But I wasn't mad at him for doing it. It's just, again, I think it was more of a troll. Give me some bad attention because I'm about to drop this album. I'm not mad at him.
Did you like the tracks he dropped?
Yeah, I did.
There were some of the best raps that I've heard from him. Yeah, to be honest,
I think he got in his bag. I think me personally, I'm not gonna lie, and he didn't even really diss Joey. But the Ab Soul shit is the one. That motherfucking response, that production, that arrangement. I was like, damn, that's a good record. I wish I picked that beat. It used the fucking Marvin Gaye, all that shit's crazy. The production style, the deliveries, 3 different swings, especially when it backwards, it flips backwards. I was reticent to do it, but after 24 hours, I texted him. I was like, shit fire. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't want to even pump, you know what I'm saying, gas him up, bro. But I was just like, bro, that shit fire.
Word up.
And he killed it. So, I mean, look, competition sometimes brings out the best. So, and especially if it can be friendly and, you know what I'm saying, as long as ain't nobody, punching on nobody or doing no fuck shit. Don't talk about don't talk about nobody's mama and no shit like that. But the rest of the shit, bars. It's gladiator school. Why not?
Yeah. And this is going to be my last question. But I do want to talk about this because whether people realize this or not, and it sounds like you may question this to a degree, you are one of the most important lyricists in hip-hop history. Not even just the West Coast, in general.
No, I know who I am.
Well, on the song Don't Deserve Me, you really talk about how you're not feeling the love to a degree.
Well, I'd hate to be this guy, but Scarface had a much greater successful career than me. And shit, this had to be, this pre-COVID now. But I remember I saw him, we hung out, I was in Texas. I remember he was just like, I'm quitting. I quit rap. And he was just, because he was disappointed. And that's a man that at least, you know, went platinum a couple of times and all that. And to help y'all put it in perspective, if he could feel that way, well, how do you think I felt when somebody took my career and wiped their ass with it for 10 years? Some white woman did that to me. Because she could. And then niggas act like I don't exist, and then bro over here lying, another dude did some other fuck shit, homeboy over here, niggly over there, coon boy over here. Everybody been doing fuck shit, and then I look like, everybody, what happened to you? You suck. No, I don't. They suck, bro. So if Scarface could feel mistreated by the industry, not the culture, quote unquote, but by our industry, how wouldn't I also be valid in feeling like, dude, you know, I've made some contributions here. You don't even play my fucking songs on the old school radio station out here, right? Yeah. You don't play me any fucking where. You gave me no support. Meanwhile, I've been, you know, I didn't say this. Mr. Fab used to say this. Raz is Kendrick before Kendrick. I'm not Kendrick before Kendrick. I'm just the fucking God MC Ras Kass, who a lot of these niggas got some inspiration from. I wrote Nature the Threat. It has nothing to do with the West Coast, nigga. I made one of the most important rap songs ever. Probably the smartest rap song ever. I know who the fuck I am. And I can't get no dignity and no respect. I gotta go all the way back to New York just to get, you know what I mean? Just to get production or features from God MCs, everybody else Hollywood that's fuck out here. Yeah, of course you should. I have a right to be disappointed, and I stand by that record. You don't deserve me. LA didn't deserve me. If I would have been in New York or signed to Loud, I'd be treated like you treat Nas, how you treat Kendrick, how you treat fucking Ice Cube, how you treat, you know, Wu-Tang Clan. You'd show up, I'd be able to sell out, you know, $5,000 venues. Instead, you just mistreated me and then made sure that you tried to sweep me under the fucking rug.
Do you feel that from your city too?
Goddamn right.
Yeah, I put my city on my back. You
had some silly niggas' backs.
Add insult to injury. The indignity of that.
That's like Brooklyn not feeling Biggie. Y'all seriously whack.
I mean, you know, fuck around, find out. Lefers eat the face.
Hey,
you eat a lot of faces on this.
Hey, man, shit. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yeah.
Look, what else? How you gonna ban me more than you already banned me? What the fuck do I got to lose, nigga? Like, I don't care. Like, any hurt I had, it's pretty much over. I wrote it out. Now I just said it, and I stand behind it. Like, it ain't nothing I said, you know, no embellishment on it. It's kind of, at least it's my perception of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
not? It's potent.
Hey, man.
I'll say that.
You know, see? And I didn't do nothing just like shit on somebody just to try to, you know, I didn't do a negative intention is good intention thing. I'm just like saying what I think.
Yeah.
You know, I could have been like, yeah, I'm better than Kendrick and I killed Ice Cube and then I ran. And like, nah, bro. Like, I love my, you know, my peers and I love my coast and shit, I don't love this country, but I do want good for this country. So I spoke on the shit that I try to speak on it as fairly as possible and still be an MC. You know, and make sure there's some bars there. I didn't really style out on this project. There's no like super, like, I feel like on Ras Assassination or Soul on Ice, there's always like a style record. Like I had Pen Predator, etc. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no one like, I didn't do one on this particular project, but everything else I feel like I covered. Because I kind of wanted to stay within the parameter. Like Hit List it's really an ode to Biggie. It's unbelievable, just so you know.
Yeah.
You take the pop sample and put a hip hop beat over it, and then you bar, you know, and talk your shit. So,
that's one of the best songs on there.
Thank you. And then we put a drill bass line. So that was the whole other direction. Like, how do we make a fucking backpack drill record? So I think we pulled it off.
I think so too. Is there anything else you want to share with people before we wrap up?
No, just thanks for your time. I appreciate it. The company, man, you my brother. We Static Selector, I have dirt on you too, motherfuckers.
Hey.
One of these. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. I made this up. You can delete this part, but no, I'm just kidding. We've had so much fun, man. So it's just good to see you, and I'm much love on the success of the YouTube channel.
Word up, man. I appreciate you. Ras Kass, the one and only Carson's finest. 9-second applause.
Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes.